Welcome back. We'll continue with question number 12. 3 power half into 3 power 2 by 5 equal to 3 power m. So it is related to exponents. So we should know the property of exponent. When we multiply two exponent which has same base, in that case we add the powers. So the left hand side, 3 power half and 3 power 2 by 5. Since it is multiplication, we add the power 1 upon 2, 2 plus 2 over 5 equal to 3 power m. When you add the two fractions, you get 3 to the power 9 over 10 equal 3 to the power m. Now since bases are equal, we can equate the powers. So value of m is 9 over 10. Part B, 5 power negative 10 divided by 5 power negative 4 equal 5 to the power of 10. Again, since we divide two exponents with same base, now in this case we need to subtract the powers. So 5 power negative 10 divided by 5 power minus 4. So we need to subtract the two powers. So the first power is negative 10 and minus second power is negative 4 equal 5 to the power of n. Now 5 minus of minus will become plus 4, negative 10 plus 4 will give me negative 6 equal 5 to the power of n. Now we have two exponents which are equal, same bases, so we can equate the powers. So I'll get n equal to negative 6. Question 13. Expand and simplify. So 3x bracket 2x minus 5 whole square. So first we need to expand the bracket. Now this we can do it in two ways. One, we can write the bracket two times. So 2x minus 5 multiplied to itself, and we can use FOIL method. If we know special products, we can use special product and expand the bracket directly. Now, so 3x, we multiply the bracket. 2x times 2x will give me 4x square. 2x multiplied with minus 5, negative 10x, minus 5 times 2, minus 10x, minus 5 times minus 5 will give me positive 25. Now we have like terms inside the bracket that we can combine. So 3x same, 4x square will be as it is. Now a minus 10x and minus 10x both are like terms, so I can combine them. Minus minus 10 will give me negative 20x plus 25. Now I can multiply the bracket with 3x. So 3x multiplied by 4x square. So 3 times 4 is 12. X multiplied by x square is x cube. 3x times 20x. So it will be negative 3 times 20 is 60. X with x will give me x square. And 3x times 25. So 3 times 25 is 75x. That's your final answer, 12x cube minus 60x square plus 75x. Moving to the next question. Question 14. Complete the table of values for y equal to 2 by x bracket 5 minus 1 upon x. The table has two values of y missing. On the grid, draw the graph. Okay, so the first step is to find the missing values of y. What we have to do is we have to replace x in the function by the value. So value of x is 0.5. So we need to substitute 0.5 in place of x. So let's substitute the values. So I have 2 over x. In place of x, we will put 0.5 bracket 5 minus 1 over 0.5. Close the bracket. I get the answer 12. So my first value of y is 12. Same way, now we need to replace x by 2. So in place of 0.5, I'll write 2. So you get the answer 9 over 2, which is 4.5. Now our values, table of values are complete. Now we need to plot these points on the graph and join them to get a smooth curve. Our first value of x is 0.5 and the corresponding value of y is 12. So when x is half, value of y is 12. So negative. So this is the first point. When x is half, y is 12. Second is when x is 1, value of y is 8. So when x is 1, on your y it is 8. So mark your second point. When x is 2, y is 4.5. X is 2, y is this is 4, this is 5. In between exactly is 4.5. At 3, it is 3.1. So x equal to 3, it is 3.1. So this point is 2, this is 3. Each line is 0.2, so 3.1 will be in between. Then at 4 it is 2.4. So x equal to 4 is 2.4. This is 2, so 2.2, 2.4 will be this point. And lastly, at 5 it is 1.9. Next equal to 5, it is 1.9, it's just below 2, so somewhere here. Okay, now we have marked all our points. Now we need to join them to get a smooth curve. So let's join the points. Okay, now that's it for this question. Okay, now moving on to the next one. Question 15. Here are 9 cards. Each card has either a number on it or a letter on it. Okay, Thomas is playing a game. Thomas takes a random one of the cards and keeps it. Thomas then takes at random another card and keeps it. So basically what they want to say is the cards are not replaced. So he keeps it. So now out of 7, there are 2 cards which are numbered. So we have 2 cards which are number card and the remaining 7 are letter cards. Okay. So based on this information, we need to complete the probability tree diagram. So since we have only 2 number cards, so the probability of a number will be 2 out of 9, whereas the probability of the letter is 7 out of 9. Now since the cards are not replaced, so when you are withdrawing the card for the second time, the total number of cards will reduce by 1. So now in this case, the number of cards, instead of 9, the total number of cards will be 8. So all the probability will be out of 8. Now, if the first card is a number card, so when we draw the card for the second time, there will be one number card less. So we'll be left with only one number card. So the probability of number card will be 1 over 8. Whereas the letter cards will be as it is 7 by 8. Now, if the first card withdrawn is a letter card, okay, so the second attempt, the number of letter cards will reduce. So instead of 7, now we are left with only 6 out of 8, whereas the number cards will remain same. So we are left with 2 by 8. Okay, that's it. We have completed the diagram. Now let's move on to the questions. First question is, work out the probability that each of the 2 cards has a number on it. So we need number card in both attempts. Okay, so if you look at the diagram, I need a number card in the first attempt as well as in the second attempt. So number card in the first attempt, number card in the second attempt. So what we have to do is, since it is AND, we need to multiply both probabilities. So probability of both number cards, so number and number, okay. So we'll add 2 over 9. Since it is AND, we multiply the two probabilities. So we'll get the answer 1 over 36. This is answer for part A. Let's look at part B. Part C. Work out the probability that there will be one card with a number on it and one card with a letter on it. One number and one letter. Okay. So we need either number letter or letter number. So probability of number and letter, or probability of letter or number. So first card can be a number card, and then it can be a letter card. So, or we can have the first card can be a letter card and the second one can be a number card. So your probability of number and letter will be, number is 2 by 9 times the letter is 7 by 8. And if you want probability of letter first and then number, letter card is 7 over 9 times number is 2 over 8. Now since it is OR, we will add the two probabilities. Now you put this in the calculator, okay, you will get 14 by 72 plus 14 by 72. So your final answer will be 7 over 18. Okay, moving to the next question. Question 16. Here is a shape formed from two triangles ABC and CDE. AC is 24, BC is 31, CE is 19, CD is 16, angle BAC is 64. All this 5 information are already marked in the diagram. Okay. Work out length DE. I need to find side DE. Now, to find side DE, in this triangle, I have side DC, I have side CE. If I can work out this angle, angle CDE, if I can find angle DCE, then I can use cosine rule and I can find side DE. Now, our objective is to find this angle. Now, this angle is equal to angle BCA because they are vertical angles. So, now have a look at triangle ABC. Now, in this triangle, we don't know the side opposite to y. So, we cannot find y directly. Okay, so instead of finding y, we'll find the other angle, that is, we'll find angle B. Let's mark it as x. Now, in this triangle ABC, so let's match the opposite pairs. So for x, the opposite side is 24 centimeter. For 64, the opposite is 31. So I can use sine rule and I can find the value of x. Once I get the value of x, then I will find y using angle sum property. The opposite angles are equal, so I will get this value. And now in this triangle, it is SAS. I can use cosine rule to find the missing side. So that's our analysis. So let's start. We'll find angle x first. Now, so for sine x, okay, for x, the opposite side is 24, and for 64, so sine 64, the opposite side is 31. I need to find the value of x. So first I need to cancel 24. So I'll multiply both sides by 24. Okay, so left hand side this will cancel out. Now we are left with only sine x, but I need x alone, so we take sine inverse of both sides. So we get x equal sine inverse of 24 times sine 64 over 31. Let's put this in the calculator. Shift sine inverse 24 times sine 64 over 31. That gives me 44.09. So value of x is 44.09, that I can round to 44.1. Now I know the value of x. Now in triangle ABC, we can use angle sum property and I can find the value of y. Now to find the value of y, okay, so we'll add up the two angles. So 64 plus 44.1, that gives me 108.1 degree. So you subtract this from 180, so 180 minus 108.1, that gives me 71.9 degree. Okay, we got the value of y, so y is 71.9 degrees. So angle DCE is also 71.9 because they are vertical angles. Now I'll draw triangle DCE separately here. This side is 16, this side is 19, and the angle in between is 71.9. And we need to find the side which is opposite to the angle. Let's mark it as side A. Now, since it is SAS, two sides and the included angle is given to us, we can use the cosine rule to find the side which is opposite to the angle. So we always name the side opposite to the angle as A. We can take the other two sides as B and C. So the formula is A square equal to B square plus C square minus 2BC cosine of angle A. So 16 square plus 19 square minus 2 times 16 times 19 times cosine of the angle between them, which is 71.9. Now we want to cancel the square, so we take square root of both sides. So we'll put a square root here and square root on the right. Square root of A square is A. Now we put this in the calculator. So it is square root of 16 square plus 19 square minus 2 times 16 times 19 times cosine 71.9, close the bracket, that gives me 20.69. So A is 20.69. Now when you round it to, it says round to 3 significant figures, so I need only the first 3 digits. Since 9 is strong, you add 1, the final answer will be 20.7 centimeter, and A is nothing but side DE. So DE is 20.7 centimeters. Okay, that's it for this question. Let's move to the next question. Y is inversely proportional to square root of x. Value of y is c4, and when x is c square, where c is a positive constant, find the formula for y in terms of x and c. Give your answer in the simplest form. Okay, y is inversely proportional to square root of x. So I can write y is inversely proportional, so it is 1 upon square root of x. Now to convert this into an equation, we'll write y equal to k over square root of x, where k is the constant. Now, value of y is c power 4 and x is c square. So let's substitute the value of x and y. So y is c4 equal to k upon value of x is c square. So it will be c4 equal to k. Square root of c square is c. When you take cross product, or you can multiply both sides by c, this will cancel out. You will get k equal to c4 into c. You add the powers, you get c power 5. Now once you get the value of k, put it back into the original equation. So you get y equal to, in place of k, we have c power 5 over square root of x. Now this is the formula for y in terms of x and c. Okay. So you can write your final answer, y equal to c5 over square root of x. Okay, next question. Question 18. The function f is such that f of x is equal to k over x, where x is not equal to 0 and k is an integer. Express the inverse of function in the form of f inverse x equal to x. So now to find the inverse of a function, we need to remember only these two steps. Step number one, you swap x and y. Step two, solve for y. Whatever is the answer for y, that is your required answer. Okay, and f of x and y is same, so in place of f of x I can write y. So we need to find the inverse of this function. So step 1, I need to swap. So you'll exchange x and y. So you'll get x equal k over y. Take cross product, so you get xy equal to k. I want k y alone, so I don't want x, so I'll divide both sides by x. So over x, so you get y equal to k upon x. The value of y is your inverse function. Write the final answer. F inverse is k upon x. Next one. The function g is such that g of x is 2 minus 3x to the power 4, and function h is such that h of x is 3x upon 2 minus x, where x is not equal to 2. First question is find g of minus 2. So you want to find g of minus 2. So what we have to do is, in place of x, we want minus 2. On the right hand side also, in place of x, we will write minus 2. So g of minus 2 will be 2 minus 3. Replace x by minus 2. Minus 2 to the power of 4. Minus 2 power 4 will be 16 times 3 is negative 48, plus 2 will give me minus 46. So my first answer is negative 46. Second one, express the composite function hg in the form of so and so. Give your answer in the simplest form. Okay, so you want to find the value of hgx, which is same as h of g of x. Now, first step is to substitute the value of g of x. Now, g of x is 2 minus 3x to the power 4. So, we'll write here h. In place of g of x, you'll write 2 minus 3x to the power of 4. Now, go to function h. Function h of x was 3x upon 2 minus x. Now, we want, in place of x, we want to write h of 2 minus 3x power 4. So, on the right hand side also, in place of x, we need to replace this bracket. So, we'll substitute in place of x 2 minus 3x power 4. So you will get 3 in place of x. You will write 2 minus 3x to the power of 4. Same thing in the denominator, 2 minus in bracket 2 minus 3x to the power of 4. Now if I don't put a bracket, the minus sign will go only to the first term and not to the second term. Now next step is to open the bracket. Numerator, let's keep it same. 3 bracket 2 minus 3x to the power of 4. Denominator, when you open the bracket, minus and positive 2 will be negative 2. Minus and minus will become positive 3x to the power 4. So plus 2 and minus 2 will cancel out. So we are left with 3 bracket 2 minus 3x to the power of 4 whole upon 3x power 4. Now, we can divide 3 and 3, both will cancel out because it is in multiplication. So you are left with only this bracket over x power 4. So your simplest form will be 2 minus 3x to the power of 4 whole upon x power 4. Okay. Now, moving on to the next question, that is question 19. The acceleration a of an object is given by a equal to v minus u over t, where v is 45.23, correct to 2 decimal place, u is 5.12, correct to 2 dp, t is 8.5, correct to 2 sf. By considering bounds, work out the value of a to a suitable degree of accuracy. So you're working clearly and give a reason for your answer. So this topic is related to limits of accuracy. So the first one, it says V is 45.23 correct to two decimal place. So two decimal place is 0.01. Okay, so we need to divide it by 2. So to get the bounds, we need to add and subtract 0.005. Now, U is 5.12, which is also same correct to two decimal place. So it is same for U, add and subtract 0.005. Now for T, it says correct to two significant figure. Now, if you look at the number, the second significant figure is 5, which is in the first decimal place. So actually we are supposed to do a rounding of one decimal place, which is 0.1. You divide it by 2. So you need to add or subtract 0.05. So now step 1 will be to get the upper bound and lower bound for all three values. So let's start with V. V is 45.23. Since it is rounded to two decimal place, we need to add and subtract 0.005 and subtract 0.005. When you add 0.005, you will get 45.235, and when you subtract, you will get 45.225. U is 5.12. Again, it is rounded to the same two decimal place, so you will add 0.005 to get upper bound. You will subtract 0.005 to get your lower bound. So when you add, you will get 5.125, and when you subtract 0.005, you will get 5.115. And the last one for T, which is 8.5, rounded to two significant figure, which is one decimal for this particular number. So you need to add and subtract 0.05. So you add 0.05 and subtract 0.05. When you add 0.05, you will get 8.55, and when you subtract, you will get 8.45. So now I have upper bound and lower bound for all three values. So I have the lower bound, upper bound, lower bound, upper bound, lower bound, and upper bound. Now with all the values, now we can find the value of A. So A equal to V minus U upon T. So A is V minus U whole upon T. Now suppose I want to find upper bound for A. So if you want to find upper bound, your numerator has to be the biggest possible value, and you need to divide by the least possible number so that your answer is big. So your numerator, you need upper bound. So you need to uh, have your upper bound. V should be upper bound subtracted by the least possible number, and the denominator will be lower bound. So numerator, I want upper bound, and denominator lower bound. Numerator is subtraction, so you start with upper bound and subtract lower bound. Now let's put the values. So upper bound for V is 45.235. Upper for lower bound for U is 5.115, and for T lower bound is 8.45. Now let's put all this value in the calculator. So we have 45.235 minus 5.115 divided by 8.45. So the decimal answer is 4.7479. Okay, this is value of A upper bound. Now, since they didn't mention exactly which bound they want, so we'll find out both. So let's work out the lower bound for A. So A equal to V minus U upon T. Now, I need to find lower bound for A. I need the smallest value of A. To get a least value of a, your numerator has to be lower bound and your denominator should be upper bound. So denominator is upper bound. Now in the numerator you have subtraction, so your value of v should be lower, subtract by the maximum possible, so that is upper bound. So that will give me a least possible value in the numerator. Now let's plug in the values. So the least lower bound for v is 45.225 minus, for u upper bound is 5.125 whole upon, for t I need upper bound, that is 8.55. Let's put these values. So 45.225 minus 5.125 over 8.55. That gives me 4.6900. Now we need to find a particular rounding so that approximately both are giving me the same answer. So if I round both to one decimal place, I'll get 4.7 here. Similarly, if I round to one decimal place here, this is strong, add 1, I'll get 4.7. So when you round to one decimal place, both upper and lower bound gives me the same answer. So that's why we'll round both to one decimal place, that is two significant figures. So write both rounded to 2SF, or you can write rounded to one decimal place gives a 4.7. So we'll take the value of a as 4.7. So we can write the final answer, value of a 4.7. Okay. So next question, that is question number 20. Question 20. The radius of a right circular cylinder is x centimeter. The height of the cylinder is 800 over pi x minus x. Volume of the cylinder is V cubic centimeter. Find the maximum value of V. So first thing is we need to find volume. Since it is a cylinder, the formula for volume of cylinder is pi r square h. So pi, radius is given to us, it is x, so it will become x squared, and height is 800 over pi x minus x. Now when we expand the bracket, we need to multiply pi x squared to the first term and pi x squared to the second term. When you multiply pi x squared with 800 pi x, so pi x will get cancelled, you're left with 800x minus pi x squared with x will give me pi x cubed. So this is the function or the formula for y in terms of x. Now, since we need to find the maximum value, so we will differentiate both sides with respect to x. So dv by dx. So 800x will become 800, derivative of x is 1, minus pi x cubed, derivative of x cubed is 3x squared, so I'll get 3 pi x squared. Now, we want to maximize, so we'll equate it to 0. So 800 minus 3 pi x squared equal to 0. I need to find the value of x, so we'll isolate x. So I'll move 3 pi x squared to the right side. So 800 equal to 3 pi x squared. I want x square alone, so divide both sides by 3 pi. So this will get cancelled. So we are left with x square equal to 800 over 3 pi. Now I need to remove the square. To cancel the square, you take square root of both sides. So you will get x equal to, let's put this in the calculator. So it is square root 800 over 3 pi. That gives me 9.2131. Okay, so for x equal to 9.2131, the volume will be maximum. But the question is to find the maximum value of V. So now the formula for V is already here. So V is 800x minus pi x cube. So we'll replace x by the value. So we will get 800 times the answer minus pi times answer cube. That gives me 4913.69. So it is 4913.69. Question says round the answer to the nearest whole number. When it says nearest whole number, it means I don't need any decimal answer. So after the point, we have 6, which is a strong number, so you increase it by 1. So your final answer will be volume is 4913 cubic centimeter. And this is the maximum value of V. That's it in this video. The remaining questions will be done in the next part. Thank you.